Hello friends, a very good morning or good evening. In this video I'll be taking you through a quick review of Samsung Galaxy J6. This is the latest budget smartphone that the company has revealed to compete against competitors like MI and Asus, among other mobile players in this price range. So talking about the hardware specification, on the front you will see a 5.6 inch 720 pixel HD plus Super AMOLED display. On the top you will see an 8 megapixel sensor with a 1.9 aperture, and there is also a selfie light with an earpiece. On the top there is nothing. On the sides you will see the speaker and the power button. On the bottom you will see the 3.5mm jack and micro USB port. On the sides there is a SIM card 1 and a SIM card 2 and a dedicated micro SD card slot. And also there is a power button on the right side of the phone. And this phone is 153 gram. It feels very light, and given it's a 5.6 inch massive display, it feels very comfortable to hold in one hand, and it's easily, it can be operated with one hand. Most of the application can be operated with one hand. And let me remove the sticker here. So this body is made of polycarbonate, and it is not fingerprint magnet as seen in the Samsung Galaxy S6, S7, S9 and other phones which has a glass body at the back. And though there is no specified version of which Gorilla Glass protection they have used in this mobile, but there is one as far as I know. So yeah, the phone is 8.2mm thick, and it feels very compact, light and comfortable to hold in hand. The only reason I didn't go for Redmi Note 5 Pro or Redmi Note 5 or Asus Zenfone Max M1 Pro is because they are very heavy. It's like 180 grams. So before even I get to the hardware specification, the features that it provides, how powerful a mobile is, how fantastic the camera is, the very first thing I would notice, or what I want, is to feel comfortable when I hold the mobile in hand. Let alone, the rest of the features are important, of course, but it comes later. But what is the point if I'm not even comfortable to hold the phone in my hands? Like on an average, we use the phone for around 3 to 4 hours a day, if not more, holding the hands like this with one hand or two hand or whatever that is. But it's very important that it feels comfortable and lightweight. That was my first criteria. So when I held this mobile for the first time, so I have been trying to research which mobile would be the best. My fiance has lost a mobile recently, so I wanted to give her a mobile. So we were just planning, we were waiting for Lenovo Z5 or Nokia X6, but waited and it never came. I don't know how long it would take for those mobiles to hit the Indian market. But yes, when I took the mobile in my hand, I thought, okay, this is it. I felt really comfortable, and it's really, it feels premium in hand. It doesn't feel like it's a 5.6 inch display actually. So yeah, that's about the display and the camera and the other factors. Yes, of course, on the rear there is a 13 megapixel shooter with f1.9 aperture, and the front also has a f1.9 aperture, but it's a 8 megapixel, and there's a flash here and a fingerprint sensor. Talking about the software specification of this phone, let's see, I've already set the fingerprint scanner and the facial recognition. Let's see how fast it opens up, okay? So at the count of 3, tap on the fingerprint sensor and you see how fast it unlocks, alright? 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. This is how it works. This is definitely not the fastest fingerprint scanner around this price segment, but it gets the job decently fast. Alright, so now the facial recognition. Now it is locked and I look at it, it's unlocked. It's locked, unlocked. Now it's locked, it unlocks. So it takes a little over half a second for the facial recognition to work, and it's good. It's not great, neither it's the fastest, but it's decent enough. Alright, so it basically comes with two variants, 3GB, 32GB and 4GB, 64GB. This one is 332, and this phone runs on Samsung 9.0 experience on top of Android 8.0 Oreo. It is powered by Samsung's own Exynos 7870 1.6 GHz optical processor, which Samsung has been using in all its budget segment phones in this year. And yes, so that was about the RAM, the storage and the processor. And talking about the multitasking, I haven't faced any issues so far, and gaming is perfectly fine. Temple Run, Subway Surfer, even Asphalt 8 run pretty decently well, with slight frame drop here and there now and then, but overall it was a good experience. Medium to medium heavy games. Heavy games won't work on it. There would be a lot of frame drops and you would not be satisfied. So yeah, and okay, now we will talk about the reasons not to buy this phone. The very first thing is the absence of the ambient light sensor. This means you will need to manually adjust the brightness depending upon where you are. Okay, that is one thing. Phones with 6K or 7K in the market even has that ambient light sensor. I have absolutely no idea how Samsung could have missed that ambient light sensor on this phone, which is priced at $13,990. Second thing is it does not have fast charging. It takes around 2.5 hours to charge from 0 to 100% and 1 hour from 0 to 40%. And there is no notification LED on the top. You will not get any notification for WhatsApp missed call or any other kind of Facebook and any kind of notifications for that matter. There is no notification LED at all. And there is no dual camera. So if you are purchasing a phone for around 40,000 rupees, at least in 2018, there is a boom of the bezel-less display and the dual cameras. Definitely Samsung lacks one in this mobile. Not that the other dual cameras at this price range works great or produces great bokeh effects, but still the lack of the secondary camera is definitely a negative point, I would say. And talking about the cameras, both the front and back camera samples are decent enough. They're not extraordinary, nothing much to talk about it. I have uploaded various samples taken in various lighting conditions. You could see and be a judge for it. It produces decent samples, guys. You don't expect great cameras, okay? It cannot compete in terms of performance in camera. It cannot compete the Zenfone Max Pro M1 or Mi A1 or the Redmi Note 5 Pro for that matter. Alright, so yeah, these are the drawbacks, guys. No gyroscope sensor. You cannot look at the direction in which you're going when you are when you're looking at a Google map. So no gyroscope sensor, no ambient light sensor, no fast charging, no Type-C USB port, and no notification LED light. Now let's look upon the features and the reasons to buy. First is the Infinity display, of course. It comes with an 18:5:9 aspect ratio and a 76.5% screen to body ratio. The second is the elegant and compact design, a lightweight and comfortable design. And the third is the 3000 mAh battery, which gives a battery backup of 21 hours of 3G talk time and 76 hours of music playback time. It could easily last up to a day for heavy users. For average users, it could easily last for around 34 to 36 hours, that is 1.5 days. And it has a dedicated micro SD slot up to 256 GB. That is definitely a positive point. So that's about it, guys. Last but not the least, we are talking about the world #1 brand. This is Samsung. So that's all for this video, guys. I bought this mobile personally for 11K. I would not have purchased this mobile for 14K ever. This is I got this at a lesser price because someone had used this mobile for 2 days and returned to a famous second-hand mobile dealer in Pune, which is Pavit Enterprises. So I got this mobile, just a 2-day used mobile. I mean, I absolutely new. There was no indication of any kind of usage. It was absolutely new. I got it for 11K. And even if you want to buy, very good second-hand mobiles, like 7 days used, 2 weeks used mobiles. Okay, people just take the mobile, they just don't like, or they like something else, and they just come back and give back. Well, not because the phone is defective. Even there are iPhone X, there are Samsung S9 also at a very cheap price, a week ago or a 2 week ago purchased phones with all the bills, accessories, warranties and everything. So yeah, for 11K I think I made a good choice in buying the smartphone. I'll also be coming up with the next video of certain cool tips and tricks with this. That's all for this video, guys. Have a great day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye bye.